The world is full of beautiful places, and since the start, people wanted to explore and see every nook and cranny of this stunning planet. But tourism is out of control, and so many beautiful places have been ruined, like the absolutely stunning place in Colombia, Cano Cristales.
Caño Cristales is this river that you see here behind us. The red color.
Cano Cristales is overwhelmingly popular, and people have traveled from all around the world just to visit it. With its jaw-dropping waterfalls, it's no wonder people want to visit the place. But what really brings in the tourist is the River of Five Colors, also known as the Melted Rainbow. When you first see it, you might think you're hallucinating. There are unique microorganisms living in the water, and they turn the water into a beautiful concoction of blue, red, green, and pink. The attraction became even more popular when the government of Colombia signed a peace agreement with one of the largest rebel groups in the country in 2016. Sadly, this increase in footwork is a massive cause for concern. It could jeopardize the area's extremely fragile ecosystem. Luckily, in 2017, the river's access was restricted to give the river a break. The next attraction is sadly one of the most vandalized places in the world, the Roman Colosseum.
Ancient Romans, whose taste for violence exceeded even modern America's, came to the Colosseum to unwind.
An already in ruins attraction is still one of the most vandalized attractions in the world. Back in 2015, 2 American tourists were caught scraping J and N into the Colosseum's stone. In 2017, there was another incident. A tourist was carving his name into the stone. He was fined $23,000. But most recently, someone was caught taking a stone from the Colosseum as a souvenir. People can be so infuriating sometimes. The next attraction on this list is closed indefinitely due to tourism. Maya Beach, Thailand. If you ever watch Leonardo DiCaprio's The Beach, you would really want to go to this beach. Sadly, you won't be able to. This secluded cove with translucent water, white sand, and limestone cliff was flocked with visitors, making it impossible to walk around, let alone lie down on the beach. Thailand was forced to close the beach in 2018. This was supposed to be temporary, but now it's shut indefinitely. Hopefully someday the beach can reopen and we can go and see it in moderation. Of course, Boracay, an island in the Philippines, is another attraction on this list that needed to be shut down for a while. This beautiful island was once revered for its exclusivity, but recently mass market tourism and a lack of infrastructure have ruined this attraction. In 2018, the island was closed for 6 months. This allowed the authorities to restore it. It reopened in October but had very strict rules and restrictions. Masseuses, vendors, bonfires, water sports, except for swimming, and even the very famous Builders of Boracay sandcastles have been banned. With these new restrictions, it was also said that only 19,200 tourists can be on the island at the same time. A lot of hotels and restaurants have been closed, with only 160 tourism-related businesses approved to reopen. At least the visitors can enjoy their time and keep the island beautiful for future visitors. Machu Picchu in Peru might also see few restrictions in the future. One of the 7 wonders of the world, the Incan Citadel, is high in the Andes Mountains in Peru. Now, you might think that's quite a feat to get there. Tourism can't possibly be that bad, but the attraction is flooded with visitors annually, 610,000 from January to July 2018. Now, to combat the masses damaging the site, tourism authorities are attempting to impose strict time slots, advance ticket purchases, and visitor limits. Luckily, tourists will still be able to see this wonderful site in the future. The same can't be said for Venice. Venice, Italy, is built on more than 100 small islands in a lagoon in the Adriatic Sea. The main allure of Venice is its framed canals. Yes, the abundance of wine and delicious food also helps. The culture and architecture are something that we might not get to see in the future decade. The abundance of tourism have chipped away at the city's vitality. Cruise ships and overloaded tour buses have made famous sites like St. Mark's Square a blur of people. The streets are filled with litter and with hordes of people and rising sea levels. The beautiful attraction is sinking. Stunning stonework and buildings are crumbling, but luckily, Venetians are fighting back. Day trippers will have to sign up online the day they plan to visit. They will have to pay a fee of 3 to 10 euros per person. This price may vary depending on the time of year you go and how how many tourists there are. If you don't pay this tax fee, you can be charged up to 300 euro. The next attraction wasn't even open for tourists until the 1970s. Bhutan. The landlocked country of Bhutan in the Buddhist kingdom of the Himalayas' eastern edge. The fortresses, monasteries, and exquisite landscapes have made this place a go-to for tourists. Unfortunately, pollution has wreaked havoc on the natural beauty of Bhutan. This has led to the government enforcing restrictions on tourism. Visitors must go through an official tour guide and pay around 200 euros per day. Hopefully, restrictions will be enough to save this beautiful landmark. Did you know that recycling is the best, even if you're on top of Mount Everest? That's right, Mount Everest might be the highest mountain above sea level, but soon it can be called the world's highest mountain of trash. In March of 2018, a national cleanup campaign group got together to clean the mountain. They picked up nearly 200,000 pounds of rubbish left on this prestigious mountain. So the next time you're trekking on Mount Everest, remember to take your food cans, water bottles, and tents with you. Now, if you ever want to go see Michelangelo's Pietà, be sure to leave your geologist hammer at home. So Michelangelo is known around art lounges as a master of his craft, and the Pietà is one of the most iconic and famous pieces of all time. However, geologist Laszlo Toth visited the place back in 1972. The Hungarian, for reasons still unclear, decided that it would be the best idea to take his geologist hammer and clobber the piece not once, but 15 times. Before he went wild, though, he yelled, "I am Jesus Christ, risen from the dead." In this attack, he broke Mary's arm from the elbow, her nose, and chipped one of her eyelids. Luckily, repairs have been made since then, and after falling under what was deemed a moment of insanity, Toth wasn't charged, but instead, he was sent to a psych ward for 2 years. Our final attraction on this list is Cozumel, Mexico. Cozumel is a massive tourist attraction for Americans and Canadians who want to relax in the sun, and many of the visitors arrive via cruise ships. This has caused massive damage to one of the blissful island's most precious possessions, its coral reefs. Everyone knows that coral is extremely delicate. Global climate change and increased ocean acidification have proven this, and when we throw boatloads of tourists into the mix, it isn't helping at all. The increased boat traffic has damaged the reef further out, and if there isn't a change soon, the once beautiful reef might not be here much longer. Hopefully, we can restore some of these places to their former glory so that our children and their children's children can enjoy these exquisite landmarks. But these are only a few of the most famous tourist attractions ruined by tourism. So do your part to make sure we preserve our stunning planet. We can't wait to see you in the next video.